Welcome, everyone, and thanks for joining us and being a part of the Nikki and Steven Live experience. Nikki and Steven Live, a place where Nikki and Steven can chat, hang, and connect with the amazing Stikker fam.
What up, mother cluckers? What are you doing with your life if you don't put pineapple on pizza? What?
Solo is the worst Star Wars movie ever created.
Toss a coin to
I didn't mean actually.
Oh, Valley of Bloom.
Stop, dude. This is dumb. I'm leaving.
Join in on our movie nights.
I can't watch this. Fuck, wait for him to get in. Oh, God. No. No. That's a no from me.
Oh, baby feet. No.
Boom.
Oh, fuck it. Can we all give Mr. John Wick a round of applause? A whole round.
Nom nom. Nom nom.
In the eye. Ay.
Your favorite show's over? Be there for the rap party.
This is literally the most underrated television show I can personally say I have ever seen.
Word.
That was just such an epic moment that it was just, his speech was so good. Such a massive impact on the universe of Vikings.
There is nothing that you're going to tell me that's like, he didn't survive. Because, no. La 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 la, I hear nothing.
If you thought this had a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.
I cry every single time I see that scene again because it's so... I was shaking.
And of course, we are playing some games.
Yep, we're still in a bush, bitches. Oh my God.
I'm an aggressive accuser.
Really? You are. You're a dick.
Sorry guys, I had to bounce.
Oh my God.
Oh, you missed! Oh, you missed!
Ah, no! Intimidate? I don't know! Oh my God! Oh God! Oh my God! It worked! Okay, so I suck it, you blow it.
I got this fucking thing dangling from my gun now.
That's what he said!
Run! Run!
No!
What?
Bitch!
Oh my God.
Wow. Oh my God! Oh my God! Finally! Holy shit! Ah, shit! Oh my God! Dude, serpentine! Ah! I'm gonna pee my pants, I swear to God! Fuck this shit all day.
Everybody. Hi, everybody. What's up, y'all? Yes, Vikings is that good. Dad's in the chat. Hey, Dad. No, that is not my dad. Recovered from the Andor watch party? No. No, not a bit. But it's all part of the grind. All part of the grind. And that's what Madrinas is for. Clipdick? Is that how you say it? Clipdick? Thank you for the, what was it, tier 2? Thank you for the tier 2. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. What's next? Need to listen to something good? What do you mean? Next in terms of what? I had a lot of fun watching Andor. Seeing some of the online discussions was a little disappointing, but what's next? Like, what show is next? As in, like, reaction? Like, what do you, like, be more specific? I'm gonna do, like, when we start the podcast, I'm gonna do, like, a couple minute, like, quick, non-spoiler review on Andor. I'm not gonna give anything away or anything like that. I'm just gonna share my thoughts. But one of my favorite creators isn't doing their watch parties anymore because he didn't like the show, and I guess the fans are going crazy for it. I mean, this could be free for all, yeah, for the most part. Watched Lost. We know everything that happens in Lost, so no, it's not an option. I mean, at some point, the podcast is going to evolve outside of, you know, Game of Thrones, because I think that's the way it should be. I haven't actually seen Theory's thoughts on it yet. I just saw Josh at the Den of Nerds tweeting that he didn't like it, and he's putting an end to all watch parties, even for Miss Marvel or for She-Hulk. Yeah, keep your book comments to yourself. What reactions can we look forward to? Don't have time to watch the shows, but watch listening. I mean, our slate is pretty full. So we've got Game of Thrones. We've got The Last Kingdom's going to go for a while. We've got The Sandman, which I kind of regret doing at this point. Not because of the show, but WBTV's back to their old tricks of claiming the whole thing and not giving a fuck about copyright and fair use. So that's a little disappointing. We got Cobra Kai going, and yeah. Oh, Kitty just walked in. Hi, Uba.
Uba, 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 Uba.
No, you can't come in. You can't come up here, bud. You can't come up here. Sorry, buddy. If Uba jumps up here while we're live and wiggles anything, he'll break the stream. We have 3 cats. WB back on their bullshit. Yeah, they were really good with Peacemaker, and I don't know what changed, but maybe they view Sandman as a little bit more important to them. I don't know. So I think after Sandman, I think we're back to no more WB TV shows. I mean, we've got a full slate. So there is no what's next, really, currently. Because Cobra Kai, Last Kingdom, The Walking Dead returns soon. We're slammed for the next couple months, so I wouldn't expect anything new. And we got to get the Pacific in, probably end of the year. I would like to get Rings of Power in. I don't know if we're ever going to get to it. So you don't watch on Netflix. Oh yeah, we watch it on Netflix, but it's a WB-TV property. It doesn't matter where it airs, it's just distribution. There's still an owner of the show. That was a Patreon goal coming. It's slow. Who's telling Paul to shut up? That's not nice. Don't tell Paul to shut up. Vikings Valhalla? Probably not, to be honest. I've seen some of the numbers on Rings of Power for like some of the big boy channels that are doing it. I'm actually kind of surprised. The views are much lower than I was thinking. My favorite show of all time is Game of Thrones that we've reacted to. Thank you, J. King. Appreciate that. Thanks, Dre Day. Narcos? No. It's a foreign language show, right? I'm kind of going through the motions today. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty tired. I was up till like 3 in the morning having a blast with the community watching Andor. I do recommend Andor, yes. The problem is that show, like a show like Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, a lot of work is going to go into getting those reactions done because the episodes, at least from what I've seen, are very long. And the work has to equal the return, if you guys know what I mean. And if every single one of those videos isn't cranking over 100,000 views, it makes it hard. Long episodes are hard. As I'm wearing my Eat, Sleep, Edit, Repeat shirt. At this stage of the game, all of the work and time into the creation needs to pay off. If you know what I mean. Without sounding like an asshole. Andor is the plan for Andor, the 2 seasons, is to lead up to Rogue One, yes. No, Nikki's coming. She's just getting ready. She's getting her green outfit on. Oh, don't worry. We're going to lay it all out there. That's what this is. This is a podcast for Game of Thrones. We'll talk about all about it. That is what we are here for. The Patreon goal, like as in like what the actual number is or what the point of the goal is. Cliptic, you got to connect your YouTube to your Discord. I saw your question on the Discord. You got to connect them, and then it'll take a minute for it to for it to connect. I don't think it's an immediate switch. What's the actual goal? The goal is 2,500 patrons. And the idea behind that goal is if we could hit and maintain that number, I personally don't think we'll get there. That's a really big ask because we got to provide a lot of content to build that. But that's what goals are for. You got to reach for the stars. The idea of that is if we hit that number and maintain that number, then we could potentially, more so I could potentially go full time in content creation and not have to balance everything that I have to balance, if you know what I mean. Full watch-alongs are well worth it. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I set the mood for today's discussion. Oh, there it is. It's red already, so it is pretty quick. Cool. I guess it is an instantaneous thing once you connect. That's cool. What are you doing, dude? Come here, big boy. Oh, he's so big. Oh, he's so big. He's such a big boy. Look how big this chonker is. Ooba.
Ooba, 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 ooba.
What?
My son! Hello, Mr. Boy! Oh, this chair is a mess.
What?
Meow? Sir? I heard you.
We can't let him climb on the
Oh god, no. I know.
on
I
the
get
desk.
it. I know. He would be sneezing
Not.
and
I'm just more worried about him
being chaos.
messing something up with the audio and
Because
crashing everything.
Chaos is a desk for.
Am I gonna check out Andor? I watched it live with the community last night. All 3 episodes.
Hi, bud.
Close that
What?
a little bit. Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Boy.
Uba, son of Ragnar, correct.
I will be. I forgot my book. I gotta go get my book.
Oh, go get your book.
Come on, sir. Come on, mister.
Get your notes that everyone's mad about you taking.
Seriously? I
Yeah.
can't take notes now?
Apparently not.
Fuck off.
What's up, King Eric? Yeah, we, I don't know if you ever saw the video. It's in our, there's a clip of it in our highlight reel that's pinned at the top of our reaction channel, where we were watching Vikings and Nikki asks, like, can our boy kitty, before we ever had a boy kitty, can the next boy kitty be named Uba? And I said, yes. And then she's like, so we could have a new kitty? And I was like, no. And then later we ended up getting a boy kitty and we named him Uba.
Oh, he is on a rampage right now.
Is he?
Sir, you need to calm down.
Yeah, someone got mad that you missed stuff.
I didn't miss anything.
I know you didn't.
Oh, sir. You alright, bud?
That's going to be lovely for audio on the podcast.
You okay, bud?
As he's snotting all over the floor.
Okay, no one needs to hear that.
I mean, you couldn't not
Ew.
hear him. Because, like, Nikki had her head down during, like, she missed
A bloody face.
a certain face getting bashed in is like,
Dude, I'm
so
good.
what?
I'm good. That's
People
fine.
are, like, that's why you gotta just, like, see YouTube comments and just kind of, like, brush it off and not even acknowledge them.
Sir?
And people get mad at, like, my theorizing and you don't know who Damon is. All of that. How old is Uba? He's, like, a little over 1.
Yeah. He just turned 1 in July.
His birthday's in July.
July 15th. It's in the Discord if you want to put your birthday in the Discord.
King Eric.
Just the month and the day, not the year, because I don't want to know how old you are. Sir.
Do you guys hear him?
Oh, he's wild today. Hello. Mr. Man, you got a wild hair up your butt, don't you? Sir. No, and you can't come up here either. Nope. Not happening.
Do we need to actually close the door?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. Well.
Probably. He's a little hyper.
Mr. Boy. Sir? No.
So some of the Stream Elements links work, and some don't. Is that what I'm gathering? Theories are fun, and throwing out theories doesn't mean you don't that you have lack of understanding. It's just throwing shit at a wall and seeing what happens.
No. Nope. Okay, I gotta think.
Yeah, he's.
Sure.
Uba has to be removed.
You gotta kick him out of the club. I'm the bouncer.
Probably need to stuff the door too, so he doesn't break it open. It works randomly.
Oh boy, you would never.
It's like, 'cause I made a comment about,
Come on, let's go.
oh, what if Damon's doing something?
Do you want some food?
And like people got so mad, like, you don't know who Damon is if that's what you think. And it's like, it's not about knowing, like,
I'm gonna go get your food.
it's not about knowing the character. It's about having fun and being like, what if? It's Game of Thrones. Unless you have like great source material knowledge,
There you go.
you can't trust or believe anything that you're seeing, in my opinion. So,
It's gonna be hot in here though.
We know nothing, Nikki and Steven. Apparently.
Well, I mean, that's a given. Duh.
I'm
an idiot who makes an idiot out of myself on the internet. What do you think?
Uba has loud breathing and he snots a lot because he has like a sinus thing.
Well, he has FHV.
So it's not really great having him around for the reactions because he's loud.
Oh my god,
and
Simi gets so mad and I'm like, you're gonna hurt his feelings.
like his feelings aren't gonna get hurt.
Okay, they are.
So it's hard to have him like with us in reactions because we're trying to record quality content and
No, not leukemia.
my Damon theory. Which Damon comment? The poisoning one?
FHV.
I don't even remember making that statement. So it's like I literally just throw shit out there just because it's fun to. No Andor reactions on YouTube. Correct. Don't have time to watch and edit and post. There's a small chance that I'll post my watch along with a little editing, but I don't have the time. We've got too much shit going on.
He's way more attached because he's the only boy. I feel like boy cats are way more lovey, but that's just
allied
me.
with Otto. Shove it. The only people who get mad at a comment like that have knowledge of the books. Because they know what's happening. Because again, it's Game of Thrones. There are no clear answers
Hello, Nanad.
to this point. That's the whole point.
Thanks, Roxy. Your sister's name Vader? Oh,
Yeah.
sister's cat. Sister's cat.
Oh, I was like,
I was like, hey, man, whatever.
dude, everything in Game of Thrones is far-fetched until it actually plays out and happens. Like,
Do you watch the
That's the whole
previews
point.
of the next episode? No.
No.
I don't want to know what's going to happen in the next episode.
we go in completely blind. We cannot discuss the trailer for episode 6.
Pineapple juice.
Do not. You will get blocked and banned and removed. Because we can consider that major spoilers.
Yeah. Like, setting expectations would be Nikki's gonna cry, or Nikki, get the tissues ready, and then I expect to have something sad happen, or one of my favorite characters die or something. So setting an expectation is a spoiler. Telling me something that happens in the book but hasn't happened in the show, that's a spoiler. Like, I don't want to know about the book. I don't care about the book until I read the book.
Steven is sculpted from the gods. I wish.
Oh, I'm gonna...
Far from it.
I do have, I have grapefruit syrup to go in the soda stream. J King with the $4.99, thank you. All the theorizing makes the experience of watching a show much more fun. Sometimes you'll be right and sometimes you'll be wrong. Word.
And I have no
Thank
problems
you.
being wrong at all.
What's up, Andy?
I have the thing I have problems with, and this is one of those funny things that like pops into my head. I don't have a problem with it because again, I really don't care that much. But reading through comments, sometimes when I'm allowed to, I always go back and think of the Snape comment to Hermione in Harry Potter, where
Hermione.
what'd I say?
Hermione.
That's not what I said.
Yeah.
And like when he says to her, like, do you love being an insufferable know-it-all? And it's like, I think people do. I think people really take pride in that.
Is your last name Baratheon? Sometimes. Sometimes. Oh no, Ilana! I'm sorry. We are? We're shockingly right.
What?
Paul said the thing is, you guys are shockingly right a lot of the time. I said that already.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Are you new?
I wasn't.
You don't listen to me.
Obviously. So yeah. I think we got a lot to get to today, because we're not talking just Game of Thrones. We're going to talk a little bit of extra other things.
I know that I won't be a part of.
Why? We're going to talk about the tour and...
Oh, but I can't help you on Andor.
Andor's going to take 2 minutes. That's not...
Okay.
That's the short part
Yeah.
of the conversation.
I hope not either, Ilana. I will have to punch somebody.
I wish this would disappear when I pulled the chat out so that it would expand that way.
That's what she said?
That would make a lot more sense.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I wish things would expand when I pull them out.
Why would you want that? That's a weird thing to say.
When you pull it out, you hope things expand? No?
When you pull it out?
Yeah. Oh, hi, Oliver.
Right.
Sorry.
You guys ready for the podcast start? Let me get the script.
So just to let you know, when we start the podcast, I'm not going to be reading your comments in the chat. So if somebody is like coming on and, you know, like asking questions or whatever, like talk to each other.
I mean, we have eyes on, like, I have eyes on the chat.
I will not be reading the chat. I will be looking at my notes and writing stuff down as I do. But we will definitely get to your super chats. Don't think that we've forgotten about you or that we're ignoring you, because that is not the thing.
We will get to all that, but we have a script that we're going to run through. We have questions from the members that have an opportunity to kind of submit questions on, like, Monday. I posted on the community tab, and we're going to roll through those. I even color coordinate them.
Oh, look at you. By the way, hi, Amber.
So yeah, if you guys want to join the conversation and want to guarantee to get and again, it's just part of the way things go. If you super chat it, we will get to all the super chats, Q&A at the end. If you're in the comments, we're going to miss a lot, obviously, if you have questions and stuff like that. Someone asked, someone asked, how do you contribute? There should be like a $sign at the bottom of your chat.
Trisha
had it? Okay.
Trisha got it.
Well, no, that's the tips.
Just the tip.
No, like super chats are better than tips. But I don't think Stream Elements has alerts for tips here. So contributing through super chats is probably the best way to do it. I don't know if that tip link works the way we want, but all right, you ready?
Yes.
Here we go, podcast time. Oh, you didn't remind me to record.
Sorry. Record. Don't forget, record the podcast. I left you a Post-it note.
Got it. It's not recording.
Don't forget.
Oh,
and we're frozen. We're frozen?
We're not frozen. Stream Elements is crashing.
Oh, awesome. Gotta love that Stream Elements. There we go. All better.
Jesus Christ. All right, here we go. Starting the podcast right now.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for.
It's time again for another episode of the Stikker Podcast with your hosts, Nikki and Steven.
Yeah, buddy. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Stikker Podcast.
Season 1, Episode 5.
This is technically Season 4, Episode 5.
I was talking about the show.
Oh. Well, we're talking a lot more than just House of the Dragons today. So, but in terms of the podcast, it's like Season 4 of the podcast.
Yeah.
This is like our fourth attempt at doing this. But yeah, we're going to talk House of Dragons. I've got a quick little non-spoiler Andor review because I stayed up till 3 a.m. watching all 3 episodes with the community on the live channel. Mm-hmm. Nikki was asleep. I was watching Star Wars because that's what we do for Star Wars, right? You get me? Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that was a long, fun night, and you know we had a fun little experience, little day date that we get to talk about too.
We did.
I was really hoping that we were gonna like be able to like vlog this experience and like post it on
no photography
the More channel, but yeah, we were able to. Last Friday, we took a trip to the Ronald Reagan Museum here close to town. And we went and visited the World War II exhibit, which I thought was awesome. I thought it was super cool. Oh. I absolutely love learning about that stuff and getting more knowledge because, I mean, we learned about that stuff in school, but...
Insert picture here.
But school was a very, very long time ago at this point, so it's always nice to get refreshers, and we've obviously watched some content recently, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was really cool. It was a great learning experience. We got a really nice picture for the visual. Sorry, audio listeners, you don't get to see the picture.
You can't see my glorious orange tank top and you would think, I'm sorry, for $35, yes, $35 for a printed picture. You would think that they would have a high quality printing and or color correction. Sorry. Dude, my makeup matches my face. It matches my neck. I have bronzer. I have contouring. There's blush. This picture makes it look like I'm a fucking Oompa Loompa. Dude, hello? No. Spend a lot of money to look this terrible, okay?
Please.
God.
I love that we're going into a talk about World War II exhibit.
I'm sorry.
Nikki goes on a rant about the photo that we got.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I was going to spend $50 on the whole package.
You're stupid.
But I just wanted to get out of there. But
you can have like these 3 different like collaged pictures and a download for $50. I was like, who am I going to send the download to? My mom doesn't care. My mom doesn't want to see me. She wants to see my children. She don't give a shit what I look like when I went to the museum today with my husband. She don't give a shit.
I got to wear a really cool like army hat.
It was a plastic helmet.
It was not plastic.
It was plastic.
It was not plastic.
Sir.
It was authentic and real. It was awesome. But it was a really good experience. We were able to kind of hang out. We at one point we had to like, I thought it was kind of funny that we had to like sprint our asses out of there.
Well, I wasn't feeling too great either, and we needed to find the bathroom.
Well, you had to go pick up kids. I had editing to do, and the place is literally a maze.
It's designed to keep you in.
They didn't want to let us go.
No.
And I thought it was really funny how we were trying to get out, and we went to the gift shop to buy the picture, but they're like, oh, hey, you got to go to, like, the Air Force One exhibit to go buy your stuff, and we're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
We're going through. And they're like, oh, hey, you got to go through Air Force One. We're like, I don't want to.
I just want to go.
Just got to get out of here.
What?
So then we're walking through Air Force One, and I didn't realize that we were going to run into a guy on the airplane that's going to give us like a 3-minute spiel about what's happening.
Really
in the
nice
plane.
people. I got to tell you, everybody there
horrible.
was super duper nice.
I felt so bad.
But he was like trying to give us like, you know, this is the president's football,
I'm like,
because
we
it's a
gotta
case that goes around with him wherever he goes, and like you get to see all like the presidential suite, and Steven's like booking it. He's like flying through this airplane. You never seen somebody go so fast.
I mean, we gotta go. I'm like, it's cool to get on.
I like how like as you're leaving Air Force One, there's like a fake chocolate cake, and it's like, oh, chocolate cake.
Oh yeah,
Bye.
that was funny. But it's like, we were in a hurry. Like, it's cool that we got to see Air Force One and walk through Air Force One, but we had to go. We had to leave. So we finally got the stuff out, and then we had to, like, walk all the way back through everything
But also,
again.
then, as we were leaving, we're like, oh, look, there's an elevator. We could have just taken the elevator down
We got
to the
duped.
little gift shop area and gotten the fuck out of here.
We got duped.
But no. But also, shout out to Isabel, who works at the front desk of the Ronald Reagan Library. Ma'am, I didn't know how to take your compliment. I am so sure.
Nikki doesn't handle it well when we meet people in public.
I'm so awkward.
She, like, shuts down.
She was like, I'm a huge fan. I was like, of the library? She's like, no, of you. Oh, of me. Oh, I'm a dork. I'm a giant dork. But thank you.
So then that's when I jump in. I was like, oh, what's your name? Hi, nice to meet you.
I'm an idiot. And then I proceeded to give her my last name and my phone number. I was like,
I mean, we had
don't
no
call
choice.
me. I love you, but don't call me.
We had no choice. So
Yeah.
overall, it was like a really nice... We don't get to do that very often because my job keeps me very busy. All the side hustle and all the YouTube stuff keeps me very busy. And so it's nice that Nikki and I get to, every once in a while, go experience something fun. We're definitely going to go back and experience the whole
We didn't
museum.
get to see even like a little
It's like
bit.
a 5-hour day. We were there for an hour and a half.
Honestly, we had to get through there in like max 2 hours. We're like, I gotta go.
But we went there specifically to see the World War II exhibit because the cool thing, I don't know if this is common, but the Ronald Reagan Museum rotates its main exhibit room.
Yes.
So it's got like all kinds of stuff rotating in and out of there. So you want to check it out and see that. And we saw that, and then we could come back and see the other things. So overall, it was a lot of fun. So
I mean, okay, let me tell you about my social awkwardness.
oh my god.
if I don't know you, and because I'm not trying to bother anybody, I would never go up to somebody in public and be like, oh my God, hi. That's just not me. But if, like, for example, you're on my kid's softball team, I will go out of my way to be extra nice because we're all on the same team. We're all putting up with the same bullshit. Let's be friends. But when you come up to me and you're like, I'm a fan, I'm like, hee, what do I say?
It's happened a few times. We were out at
Legoland,
Universal. We ran into a Star Wars fan at Universal a couple times at Legoland. I got recognized at a UFC fight. You got recognized at the makeup store, of course.
Yeah. Yep.
As Nikki chokes and dies while live.
Over
That'd
here.
be awesome.
Yes.
So that's happened a few times. I handle it a lot better than Nikki does, that's for sure.
Yes.
But
I am a interesting person. I'm super loud though in person also.
So before we jump into House of the Dragon, I want to do a quick non-spoiler review on Andor.
Get it.
Nikki hasn't watched it yet. Hopefully she will at some point when there's time. Mm-hmm. We're not going to have traditional reactions to the show. I might be able to clip some stuff and post my reaction to it, but again, time is very limited. But watched all 3 episodes of Andor. I think the show is fantastic. I think the main thing that you got to go into it with, if you haven't seen it yet, is have patience. It's clearly going to have a slow burn. The story is obviously planned, well thought out. It has a beginning, it has an end. They know exactly what they're doing with the story, and I think it's going to end up being a fantastic show. I thought the visuals were incredible. You could tell it had a really nice budget. Everything looked good, the ships, all the aliens, the droids, the environments. There was so much color. It looked really, really cool. And again, the story is going to build. And I feel like through these first 3 episodes, they did a really good job of giving us a foundation to what the story is. I think Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie in the Disney era by a mile. And we're getting that feel. It feels like Star Wars, but it also doesn't feel like Star Wars, which I think is a really good thing. So very much excited for Andor and the continuation of this first season and seeing where it goes. So overall, I very much enjoyed it. I know there's been some mixed reviews about it. I'm keeping patient with it and seeing the slow burn and fully anticipating a really good, fun Star Wars adventure show that's going to lead us right into Rogue One, which, awesome movie. So that's my quick little non-spoiler review of the first 3 episodes of Andor. Highly recommend it if you haven't checked it out. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, it feels like a really mature show. So I think that aspect of it is good for everyone to watch because it's not like, I think it's good for everyone, not just Star Wars fans. So I think we can now jump into House of the Dragon. And before that, I want to post a poll. Did you like episode 5 of Hot D? Yes? No? Let's see what you guys have to say.
Hot D.
Hot D.
I love that it's Hot D.
I love that that became a thing because it's pretty awesome. The Green Wedding!
I think our boy Uba is at the door. He's trying to get in.
We just got to
He's trying to break down the damn door. He said, fuck your bouncer, I'm coming in.
Again, sorry to the audio listeners, but we set the tone for this episode with a nice green lighting setup for the room. It looks good. It's green because, Green Wedding. That shit was crazy. Mm-hmm. I think it's really awesome. Just a quick piece of news. Saw that House of the Dragons is averaging 29 million viewers per episode. That is fantastic to hear. People are enjoying the show. People are watching the show. I think every episode is getting more and more viewers, which I think is a really good thing because I think word of mouth is spreading. I think that's really exciting and that's really good for business. And I think ultimately it's one of those things that I think it opens the door for people coming back to Game of Thrones. People who are really upset about the final season, maybe they kind of heard that the show was good. Mm-hmm. Maybe they kind of put their, bad feelings behind them, and now they're coming back to Game of Thrones, which is awesome. One thing that I feel like happened big this episode with the viewers, I feel like it's the point where sides are being taken.
Like to
Team Alicent or Team Rhaenyra. I think sides are being picked. People are getting angry and
you guys
just upset with what this one character's doing versus what this character's doing. How do you support this character when this character's doing that? We're at the point now, which I think is a lot of fun when it's done the right way.
When it's done the right, I'm like, people getting heated. Y'all need to chill. It's just a show.
Well, it's not just a show.
You know what I mean?
It's a lot more important to a lot of people than just being a show.
But it's not life or death.
No, but it's like telling me that Star Wars is just a movie. No, it's not.
Just a movie.
It's more important than that. It has a much greater meaning and value and importance.
Unless we're talking about Schitt's Creek, okay? Unless we're talking... by the way, I am Team Rhaenyra. If I said something during the reaction that gave you the inclination I was Team Alicent, I am not.
So, yeah, I don't personally like the idea that it's just a show. Like, obviously, you don't get angry or talk shit or insult people.
I don't.
Express your opinion and do it properly. But it's clear that sides are being taken, and at this point, I feel like both of them are kind of hard to root for because they're both doing things that are just like...
shitty.
Yeah, it's tough. And, like, in terms of that, like, I'm here for it. I'm here for the fun. I'm here for the drama because there's a lot of drama going on between these two. But everyone's dubbing this episode The Green Wedding. I'm going to do, like, a quick recap of just power through kind of the stuff that we saw in this episode. We got to finally meet Damon's wife, which I thought was great.
Yes.
Obviously, she didn't last very long.
Lady Royce.
Which was not great, because that kind of happened and she is gone immediately.
Yeah. I crossed her out on the book. She's been crossed out.
Quick introduction and a quick farewell. Very rough.
Like, oh, she's gorgeous. Oh, she's dead.
Yeah. I rewatched that scene again, and I think this continues to kind of push the intrigue of Damon as a character. Because on first watch, you watch it like, oh, he was there to kill her, he antagonized her, he caused her to like react, to make the horse kick and throw her off and all that stuff. I don't know if that was his intent. Because I go back and watch it, and then I'm watching it kind of slow motion, and it looked like he went to catch the horse to prevent her from getting thrown backwards.
See, and I think he intentionally spooked the horse, but because in the beginning of the scene, when he goes to like touch the horse is like, fucker, don't touch me.
Yeah, I think she overreacted because she made a comment, and then he kind of just made a look, and if we've learned anything about Damon at this point, if he's not talking, he's kind of dangerous. But I think it just continues to build the intrigue because they continue to put him in situations that make him look like a bad dude. They continue to like film things and make things come across like he is doing things on purpose, that he's a bad guy, he's trying to kill people. Like he's a very gray area character for me. And I find him to be the most interesting, easily, to this point. Just because of the decision making, the way he's super just... He doesn't talk a lot.
No, he doesn't.
And I feel like that creates a lot of mystique. Yeah, he's really scary.
When the person that likes to talk and hear their own voice doesn't talk, I think you should be scared.
Yeah, I think his motives are pretty clear, but at the same time, I feel like he has a lot of information in his brain that he hasn't fully revealed everything that he knows and that he's aware of. And I think that's just going to continue to build the intrigue and make him interesting. And I just look forward to seeing his development continue throughout the show. King Viserys continues to look weak and is clearly dying. Alicent says goodbye to her father, which I thought was a really interesting scene because, again, Otto's delivering a message and putting things in her head where Rhaenyra is queen. People aren't going to want her as queen. Prepare Aegon to be king or bow down to Rhaenyra. There's going to be war. Your children are going to be in danger, is basically the message he left her with. And, you know, he took off to go home, I would assume, after being removed from his position as Hand of the King.
Heading back to Old Town.
Back to Old Town and dropped the green, apparently. I think that... And we're going to talk more about Alicent in a minute. I seem like we do every single episode, because she is such an interesting player in all of this, and I think it's going to be really, really interesting to see where her development continues to go. We see a situation where Larys Strong shows up and gives Alicent some information. I thought this was a really interesting moment. A kind of introduction to this character, revealing that Rhaenyra might be sick, and some tea was brought to her, and again, another one of those situations where Alicent, the wheels are turning, things are building. We're going to talk about him a lot more too, because I think his position in this world now became kind of clear. So again, I think it's a really interesting situation. King Viserys and Corlys have a meeting about the marriage of Rhaenyra and Lenore. I'm never going to get... It's going to take
I think we say it too fast. I think Lenore.
By the time the show's over, maybe I'll get his name right. They make a deal. The kids will take on the Valyrian name until they are old enough to sit on the throne or in position to sit on the throne. Then they go back to Targaryen because Viserys doesn't want his line to end with Rhaenyra's name change. So that seemed like an interesting situation as well, just because things didn't feel like we're on good terms with the Valyrians. It seems like things might be getting a little better there. We'll see how that goes. We're introduced to a new Joffrey. I guess this dude never watched Game of Thrones, because you shouldn't be in this world with name Joffrey.
No.
That's just not a good look.
No.
I don't think that's a good idea. You should have gone by maybe just, hey, I'm Joff. My name's Joff.
I don't like that either.
It's better than being called Joffrey. Just saying.
But he was Joffrey before.
It's true. That's why it's a joke.
I know.
It's meant to be funny.
Got it.
We learned that he's Lenore's. Did I say it right? Is that better?
Lenore's.
Lenore's. You got to put the
You gotta put some fucking flair on it. Put some respect on that name.
Is Lenore's partner, and he is very focused on protecting him. Christian Cole on a ship presents this idea to Rhaenyra, and I think we're going to talk about Christian Cole a lot more in a minute, but he presents this idea to Rhaenyra to run away with me, marry me. It seems super romantic on first watch. You're like, oh, this dude loves her and this and that. But then you kind of realize this dude is in panic mode now.
Yes.
And his idea of marrying her was only to protect his butt. Only to be like, oh, hey, if we get married, maybe my vows won't be a problem because I didn't violate any. He's trying to basically do damage control. So
Mary, no.
He wanted to marry her. He wanted to run away and marry her.
Okay, but how is that doing damage control?
Because it takes away all the wrong that he did, and he gets to disappear and not have to worry about that stuff. He's not going to be part of the King's Guard anymore.
Okay, but I think you're fucked either way, because that's a princess. That's an heir to the throne. You're not going to be ever in the clear. Ever.
Well, that's why he wants to run away and hide.
No, I get that. But he does love her.
I really don't think he does. I think there might be a level of infatuation there.
Oh, he just doesn't want to die via the sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's more what it is, because again, on first watch and kind of first thought, it's oh, he really loves her. He wants to run away with her. But then you're like, oh wait, he's kind of doing it to protect himself. I don't know. Cole then buckles hard under pressure when Alicent... This scene was Alicent, just spit it out. Just get it out. She shows up and starts having this conversation about asking Cole, oh, you're her protector. You know everything that's going on.
That made me nuts.
And, he buckles immediately.
Dude, zero chill. He had zero chill.
He just spit it out immediately. He's
he was feeling so guilty.
Oh, 100%.
That he was just yep.
And he probably wasn't feeling great after his proposal kind of got shot down, and that Rhaenyra kind of
maybe he wanted to die because he was so embarrassed.
I think that's part of it for sure.
Well, because he's asking for death.
Yeah. He admits to having sexual relations with Rhaenyra. Dun, dun, dun. And there's the big reveal that just continues to probably just driving absolutely Alicent nuts. Just all of this stuff just continues to get revealed. The lies are coming out. Just stuff that's being hidden. Just it's all being revealed under circumstances that you didn't necessarily expect.
I hate all of it. I think... Dude, Alicent, mind your own fucking business. Who fucking cares? I mean, obviously they do care. Obviously. I get that part. I'm just bringing it outside the show for a minute. If my friend was so worried about my other single friend getting her goods, I'd be like, bitch, it is none of your business.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
But you got to look at in the perspective of this world and this show.
I understand. I was just making a joke.
Yeah, there's a level of jealousy here, which I think is fueling a lot of her feelings. And then piling on top of everything else is the idea that Alicent or Rhaenyra is not being honest with her, and they're supposed to be like besties. They're supposed to be on the level of sisters. And Rhaenyra is just holding information away from her and lying, which I think is bad. But I think if anything, we could all agree that you don't want to leave your super dark secrets with Kristen Cole. He'll buckle under pressure immediately. Not somebody
Can't keep any secrets.
Yeah, not somebody that you want to have holding anything special. Viserys continues to look rough. He's talking about his legacy. Dude's dying. You don't talk about your legacy and how you'll be remembered if you're healthy and living good.
I think he's dead.
We'll talk about that for sure. Well, that's a question that we got from one of the viewers that we will absolutely get in on.
I know you're trying to go through your outline right now, and I just keep interrupting, so I apologize.
No, that's the whole point. I want you to interrupt.
Keep going through your outline, and then we will get to start talking.
Yeah. They're feeding him something that'll help him sleep. Someone poisoning him. Who knows? It feels like that's the case. And then the wedding celebration goes down. And this scene was spectacular. The tone, the music, the drums playing throughout of it, just like as the drum beat got faster, I felt like my heartbeat was getting faster. Like it was so intense, and you could just start feeling like obviously a party and a celebration and a wedding in this world, something's gonna go down. Daemon shows up like a boss, just puts everyone on notice and just walks in. Dude's been banned from shit so many times it doesn't even matter. He just keeps showing up. Alicent shows up in all green, a sign of war for House Hightower, which she's ready for war.
Yeah.
She's ready for war. Joffrey has a chat with Cole, revealing their secrets. So Joffrey's another one you can't really keep secrets with because he's like,
no.
Oh, hey, by the way, I know about your secret. You want to know my secret? Now we could protect everyone together.
Like, dude, that's not the way you do that. That's not how that works.
Cole beats the shit out of Joffrey and ends up killing him. Basically, like bashes half of his face into the ground.
I didn't. I'm perfectly fine not seeing that.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of shit.
The wedding ends up taking place a lot earlier than it was supposed to because they were supposed to have like games and celebration and like a whole week of stuff. But they're like, nah, we're just gonna do it now. By the way, Alicent was at the wedding.
Yes, that was one
Kinda
of my...
missed that.
We were gonna get, what did you get wrong?
Cole goes to take his own life, but Alicent is there to stop him. Wonder what that's all about. And then King Viserys falls and crashes again. So there was a lot, obviously, in this episode. But before we jump into the deep dive, the questions, we got to do what everyone's favorite segment of the week is. At least my favorite segment is.
What did Nikki and Steven get wrong this week?
Well, it was mostly me.
I got the one.
Sometimes jokes just need to be jokes. But I made a comment during the reaction that if the Reigns of Castamere starts playing, I'm out. I'm going to get up and leave. The song didn't exist yet. There's no reason for us to be hearing it now. It was created for Tywin Lannister. So obviously it's not there, it doesn't exist, but again, it's just a joke.
Lannisters send their regards.
Yeah, we just gotta let jokes be jokes sometimes and just kind of have fun with that because that's kind of the whole point of that moment.
Well, I like being able to joke during this stuff. If I can't joke around, it's not fun.
100%.
But also what I got wrong was Alicent not being at the wedding. I'm sorry.
I mean, there was like a wide shot of the wedding and like, again, we got a good sized TV, but our TV's on the other side of the room. So sometimes small details get past us.
We're getting old. We need glasses.
I didn't see her either on first watch, so it's fine. But yeah, it doesn't change the fact that I could be watching a show 1,000 years set in the past. If I hear Reigns of Castamere, I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm walking out, especially during a celebration or a party. Yeah, that is for sure a sign that it's time to leave.
Word.
But before we jump into the questions, it looks like 95% of the live audience did like episode 5 of House of the Dragon.
I mean, I liked it. It was good. I mean, you might find things every now and then, a part of an episode that I don't really like, but overall, I like all the episodes.
So we're going to jump into questions, and this is where really the deep dive begins.
It gets deep.
And so I kind of highlighted these in colors because there's some questions that fit the same topic, so you can kind of just pound through the 3, and then we could just talk about all of this.
Gonna pound through it, y'all.
Gonna pound through it.
Mr. E.T., is the king dead or just dying? I feel like it feels like at the end of the episode he died. That's the impression that I got. I don't know. Did he die? It feels like it. Miranda Rojas, do you believe the Maesters are poisoning Viserys? I noticed that young Maester had a better medicine for Viserys, but Grand Maester Mello said no and gave Lionel something to help him sleep. And then Ting, how many more episodes do you think Viserys has before he passes?
So there's a lot to unpack from those 3 main questions, but it's all kind of the same topic.
Right.
You think he's dead.
I think
You
he's
think
dead.
at the wedding he died.
Dude, there was like no, that was blood from Joffrey.
Yeah.
But like,
With a
how
rat
much?
like licking up the blood.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It was dark. There was a rat there with the blood.
I'm good.
So,
You know what? Some stuff I don't care to see.
Yeah.
I don't need to see it. I have the gist of the episode. There are certain things that I can watch on rewatch at a later date, but I got the gist. I don't need to see a rat drinking blood. We're good.
if he's not dead, which I think I'm kind of on board with Nikki, I feel like, are they going to kill King Viserys on a wide shot like that? I don't know.
Well, he fainted. Like that.
He dropped a few times during this episode.
Like I would assume. How much more can you take after that?
Right. So if he's not dead, I 100% think someone is poisoning him. Because
he's deteriorating rapidly.
And I mean, in that world, they keep talking about using the leeches versus other methods of healing. And the fact that he was given this drink to help him sleep, it's hard to think that someone's not slipping him something that's making him not get better. I don't know. But if he's not dead, I can't imagine him lasting that many more episodes. I would probably give him like 1, maybe 2 more episodes. So, yeah, I don't know what his plan's going to be. But again, if he does survive that last episode, he's probably got 1 or 2 left.
Well, but the whole like quick marriage thing.
Well, I think that happened just because of the chaos.
I agree.
So.
Okay. Gypsy! After what happened with Viserys collapsing and Otto leaving in the last episode, do you think Queen Alicent will attempt to overturn Viserys' decision to make Rhaenyra the heir after hearing the truth?
I think that's where this is going.
Oh, I was like...
That's where I think this is going.
Yeah. It just... There's a lot with that one. There's a lot. I have a lot of thoughts on... Well, not a lot of thoughts. I don't have a lot of thoughts in general, but... Like, the thoughts with Otto and, like, leaving questions in Alicent's head. Do I think Alicent will overturn? Yeah. I mean, yeah. That makes sense. I mean, especially again, after her dad put questions in her mind about her safety, the safety of her children. It's a lot.
I think all the stuff that's being spoken to her, I think it's planting seeds. I think the fact that Otto on his way out basically was like, your kids are going to be the ones who die as a result of this because they're the threat and the people are going to want them. Like, Aegon is going to be the one that people want to be king over Rhaenyra. And the only way you eliminate that is by killing them, is the message he delivered to her. And I think it's going to become a situation where it's a problem. I talk about Alicent being a problem for basically almost since the start because of the way her story has been built, the way she's been used early on, the fact that she was sent in by her dad to go essentially become the wife for Viserys after his wife died. And just the way she's also been a little deceptive in terms of that. It's like, you're going to marry Rhaenyra's dad and basically be having these secret meetings with him. It's not a fact of like necessarily lying, but it's one of those things where she was being deceptive.
Yeah.
Not sharing the fact like, oh, hey, I've been hanging out with your dad. I've been building a relationship with him. I've been confiding in him, making him feel better after the loss of your mom and all that stuff.
So now we're even. You lied to me, I lied to you.
Yeah, I think I think there's clear deception going around on both sides. And I think when all of this comes to the point where Viserys dies and these decisions need to be made, I'm really, really interested to see what direction Alicent. I could be completely wrong about her and be like, nope.
I hope I'm wrong about her. I hope I am.
And she comes out and is like, nope, Viserys said Rhaenyra is the queen. She's the heir. She's the one sitting on the throne. I just don't see it playing out that way. And
I think Corlys is going to have something to say about it if Alicent tries to change over.
I think that's the new big wrinkle, is the marriage and the deal that they made with Targaryen and Valerians,
Mm-hmm.
because now he has a piece of the pie, and he has a big stake in on this whole king and the Iron Throne thing. And the thing is, I think we talked about it a little bit at the end of the episode, but it's going to be a situation where it's the Valerians, the Targaryens, the dragons, and the fleet versus the people. The people are going to want Aegon, and I feel like the Valerians and the Targaryens are going to want Rhaenyra. So I think it's going to be one of those situations where it's going to be kind of like a civil war situation, kind of like they hinted at the beginning of the show, where the only way you tear apart a Targaryen dynasty is from the inside out. I feel like that's kind of what we're building to. Mm-hmm. So trank through all three of these at once.
We have 3 questions I'm going to put together. Miranda Rojas, how the heck did Larys know about the moon tea that Maester Melos gave Rhaenyra? There seems to be a lot of seeds being planted. Word. Jay King, do you think Larys Strong, the man who told Alicent about the tea, will be a big player going forward? And North, with Larys Strong, the son of the new hand Lionel Strong, whispering in Alicent's ear about the tea given to Rhaenyra, do you think the new hand has some ill intentions toward the king and Rhaenyra, or do you think Larys Strong is acting on his own? I hate that guy.
If anybody's going to be Littlefinger in this show, I feel like it's this dude.
Oh my god. See, I don't like just like handing over the Littlefinger title. I don't like just, it's him, he's shitty, let's just give it to him.
Right.
But those
are the vibes I got from that conversation. It's like, you know things, how do you know things?
You drink and you know things?
And the way you're kind of getting into Alicent's ear about it, like, clear intentions.
Yeah.
Obviously, he has a motive, he has a reason for doing it. I think he might be one of the new, more intriguing characters in the show, just because it's like, wait, you revealed this idea and the way you were talking to Alicent about it, like, oh, hope Rhaenyra's not sick. Oh, she took a tea. Oh, this and that. Like, wait, what? How did you get that information? Who passed that along to you? Is this a situation where the new hand is kind of like, he did everything that he had to do to get his position of power, and now he's taking advantage?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Because he gave really good counsel throughout obviously the first few episodes that we saw, and he was able to get the Hand of the King spot. Is that now his in to kind of leverage House Strong and to build things? I don't know. I think it's a really good question, and I mean, Larys Strong, I got my eyes on you. Definitely going to be watching you closely, because again, I think he's a sneaky character and had some information that I'm questioning how he got it and why he passed it along the way that he did.
Well, he's definitely being shitty, but I mean, I hate it.
Yeah.
I just hate it. Like, when it comes to, like, Rhaenyra, like, she didn't lie to Alicent. Alicent asked her, did you sleep with Daemon? No, she didn't. That's not a lie. She didn't say that she slept with Kristen Cole. She didn't ask that question.
Well, I think it's more, I don't know if lie is the right word. They're deceiving each other as friends.
Oh, 100%.
There's a level of betrayal there in terms of not being honest.
Since Alicent became stepmom. That's some bullshit right there. Like, Alicent should have told Rhaenyra as a friend. Like, it's not like freaking Rhaenyra was going to do anything about it. What could she have done about it? Don't marry my dad?
I mean, she did say that she was still a maiden, which wasn't true. So there were lies told.
Whatever.
I mean, lies were told. People are deceiving each other regardless of what side you pick. I'm not picking a side. I'm just going to sit back and watch and enjoy the drama. I think they're both at fault, clearly, but...
Sorry, I'm probably, like, thinking unfairly that I pick one over the other, but I do. That's just the way I feel. I totally get that people are Team Alicent or Team Rhaenyra, but I'm Team Rhaenyra. Iron Minotaur, what do you think kicked off the fight at the wedding, and what can be said going forward, the ramifications and consequences? Who wore the best dress at the wedding? Shut up. Alicent's green dress, it was gorgeous. And then Dular, did Sir Criston see Joffrey whispering with others and assume he was gossiping about the reputation of the princess, deciding to end Joffrey gossiping at court? Ooh.
That is a really interesting theory because we didn't see how it started. We didn't see what kind of sparked the fight.
No, because we see Daemon and Rhaenyra talking, and then all of a sudden a fight breaks out. And it's like, hello? Because I thought Daemon was getting his ass whooped. That's what I thought, and I was like, that can't be right. Who wore the best dress, though? I mean,
Alicent.
Rhaenyra's dress was gorgeous.
I mean, her showing up in that green, she looked like a boss. That was pretty dope.
With the red hair, that's your color, girlfriend. Like, you know where you're from. I
guess this is part of the deception and the lack of information that's being provided. It's something that we're going to talk about in a second. There was a really good question about that. I think the fact that we didn't see how it started, we're supposed to assume that Cole sparked the fight because we've seen how quick he is to act and kind of not think before he performs something.
Well,
so the
he's
fact
got
that
a lot on his mind.
Well, yeah, but the fact that like Joffrey came up to him and had that conversation with him.
Stupid. Why would you do that? Joffrey, that was a dumb move.
Yeah, that was definitely a bad decision. But I think we're supposed to think that and then see the way that Joffrey was kind of talking to others at the party. I think we're supposed to think that this dude doesn't think clearly, he acts out quickly, and he just went and attacked.
Right.
I think if we get the opportunity to see or hear what happened there, I feel like there's going to be a lot more revealed. If not, then we're going to be just left with the idea that maybe Sir Criston Cole just is a hothead and he doesn't think clearly and just acts.
I just don't think that that's the thing.
I don't know. I think that's what we're meant to believe to an extent. So, yeah, I think this next question's a really interesting one.
Johnny, I will get to you just one moment. Ashley Everhart, hello, girlfriend. Thank you for the shirts. In an interesting creative decision, they are leaving a number of these things questionable on purpose. I'd love to get your opinion on how the writers are leaving a number of plot points open for interpretation works for you. Do you feel this is a fun way to analyze and consume the story, allowing your own path? And
what
also, Hooplehead!
No, just this one.
Well, it's in white. I was reading all the
white.
white.
Well, once they're in white, they're just all the
extra ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So,
what do you think of that theory, that idea?
I'm leaving a number of these things questionable on purpose.
I think it definitely makes for a more fun week-to-week discussion.
That's true. I mean, hey, it makes a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
As long as they give us answers that are important.
I was just going to say, I'm like, as long as they wrap it up so I know their intention of the story. You lock it up.
Sorry.
As long as they tell you the intention of the story, I guess.
Right.
But
I think that's my whole thing, is if they're being deceptive with certain things on purpose to drive a story, awesome. And if they give us a reveal of like, oh, Daemon didn't go there to kill his wife, or like Criston Cole didn't start the fight, it was actually Joffrey who ended up going back to him and making a comment, be like, oh, hey, by the way, everyone knows what's going on now. Like, he could have egged him on. Don't know. I think it's really interesting, and I love that way of storytelling, again, as long as there's a payoff for it.
yeah.
If they're doing all this just to create conversation, then never giving us a payoff, then it's pointless. It's kind of weak storytelling. But I love, like, you guys watch our content. I love coming up with theories and building my own path, regardless if it sounds ridiculous or not.
No, you just gotta throw it out there.
It's
just
fun.
Whatever's in your mind, just throw it out there. If it sticks, it sticks. And if it doesn't,
who cares?
Clean it up later.
Big deal. Yeah, like if I'm wrong, it's okay. I think it's a lot of fun to have discussions, and I think these stories do it on purpose. Why else would you leave something so open-ended for discussion if they didn't want to have people discussing it? You know? So.
Heard.
Hold on. If you're arguing with our moderators about spoilers, you're wrong. Because they have a very clear idea of what spoilers are here. No book talk, no preview talk, no interviews, post-episode talk. None of that is allowed because we don't watch any of it, and that is a spoiler. And the fun thing about being a content creator is we get to make the rules about spoilers.
So please don't spoil. Please
just
follow
throwing
the
that
rules.
out there.
Thank you. Hopehead, whose game is currently the strongest and the weakest? You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I don't know. I think that's a really good question because I think it's still playing out. I think Damon's playing a strong game.
Damon's game is strong. Honestly, Damon, yes. I would agree. Yes.
I think...
He's got way... You want to talk about Littlefinger? I think Damon's got some Littlefinger tendencies going, like, really well.
Yeah. I think there's just a lot of mystery about him, even though he is out front and open about his intentions. I again think that there's something else there that's definitely not being told with what his plans are. I feel like he's got a lot of stuff going on. I actually think Rhaenyra's game is pretty weak right now.
Oh my god, it's so weak. You can see through that thing's like Swiss cheese. You can see right through it.
I think
Girl, no.
I think she's learning the hard way on the fly of what this is all about. And I don't know. I think she's just in a position. I think she's being manipulated and used in a lot of ways. I love her as a character because she's fiery.
Yeah.
She's a little unpredictable at times. Mm-hmm. She doesn't make all the best decisions, which I think is great. It's fun to watch as a viewer. And I don't know. I think the way she's trying to play the game is getting her into more trouble.
Yes.
I think that's kind of where we are, but I think Damon's probably playing the strongest game right now.
I saw a question about who you think the main character is. The Throne. The Throne is the main character.
I don't think we've officially seen that, but I would probably go like Rhaenyra and Daemon as the two main players, with Viserys there also.
As a backup.
Just because he's the king and a lot of what's happening is because of his either weak decision making or the fact that he's getting sick and dying. I think a lot of stuff.
The throne controls it all.
I think a lot of what's happening to what we've seen so far, I think a lot of it has to do with how Viserys is ruling. Yeah. So I think that's like a big trickle down effect, big snowball.
Miss Leilana, how big of a threat do you think Aegon will be to Rhaenyra?
Huge.
I mean, unintentional threat on his end, obviously, because he's a baby, but a threat through Alicent, absolutely.
I think it's the fact that his name's Aegon, the fact that the whole woman on the throne thing has never happened before, and the realm isn't going to want it from what people say.
Right.
I think, like you mentioned, not at any fault of Aegon's, but just the idea of the people, I think that's going to build a threat to Rhaenyra and make it a huge issue.
Let me go back to Johnny Cash. You guys are amazing. Keep shining. Thank you. Don't get why Kristen Cole was not in chains for disrupting the wedding. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, he might have just booked it out of there really fast before anyone could do anything. I don't know. I think that's
did they take him being on the King's Guard as like immediate trust that he knew what he was doing, so you don't question the King's Guard, possibly?
Yeah, I don't know. That could be part of it.
Sharon, is it Tweet? I don't know how to say your last name. I apologize in advance. Are you liking House of the Dragon as much as you like Game of Thrones? Yes.
I can't answer that yet.
It took me some time to really get into Game of Thrones. So I feel like because I'm so into Game of Thrones, I mean, I'm not like fully into it. Like I haven't read the books or anything, and I'm not like a dedicated person. But like, because I liked it so much that I like this one, that I'm like instantly into this episode. So I mean, I feel like I can't have one without the other now at this point. I don't hope that makes sense.
I can't answer that question until, I mean, Game of Thrones was a journey. I mean, so many seasons, so many characters that you fell in love with.
So many episodes
so
all
much.
in one night. How much was the max that we watched in one night? 2 or 3?
I mean, when we were that was like our peak of watching. We were watching a lot.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where it takes, again, like Nikki just said, it takes time to build a love for something like that. We're only on episode 5.
Yeah.
We watched, like, how many episodes of Game of Thrones are there?
I have
like,
no
there's a
idea.
lot of seasons, there's a lot of episodes, so it's going to take time for it to live up to Game of Thrones, because, again, it's my number 1 show of all time in terms of what I think is my favorite. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a lot to live up to that, and I don't even want to put that pressure on this show. I don't want to have to watch it to think, oh, is it as good? Is it going to live up? Because I feel like that might ruin the experience a little bit. Mm. But, like, so far, I am loving it. I think it's awesome. I think it's fun. And I think it's moving in a really good direction.
Sorry if your comment gets deleted. It might contain some aspect of spoilery stuff. So, sorry, but moderators will delete it because there's a purpose. Sorry, guys. Paul 5486. I personally believe House of the Dragon has started off phenomenally. Oh, look at you using big words and shit. But my one critique would be the lack of witty humor. So my question is, do you believe, as do I, that House of the Dragon would be greatly benefit having a witty character such as Tyrion, someone who is every bit as cunning but also funny? I would love that shit so much. I need some laughter. I love to laugh, but I insert my own jokes, so I guess.
You do. You're really good about that.
Thanks.
I read this comment and my immediate thought was like, I didn't even notice that there weren't any funny moments.
I mean,
it didn't even cross my mind. And then I was thinking, I'm like,
does Daemon add some jabs every now and then?
I don't think nothing on the level of Tyrion.
No, God, no.
Not even close.
There is no one like them.
But I don't think I need it for this show, because I feel like comedy is such a tricky thing to where if it doesn't work, it could ruin a lot of moments.
Right.
And trying to play with that kind of fire and trying to insert humor into something that is so serious like this storyline is super serious. I think it could almost suck some of the life out of the seriousness. I don't know if, for me personally, that I need any laughs for what we're currently watching. That's just me personally.
I get it. I get it both ways.
Because again, I didn't even think about that until Paul asked the question.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean like I get it both ways. I get it both ways.
Oh.
I don't get it both ways. Anyways, I understand the need for it and the not need for it. I guess depends on your own personality. You know what I'm saying?
Totally, 100%.
Daniel Sturridge, thank you for the 449. Do you not think Corlys Velaryon would want Joffrey dead to stop his son pursuing that, so Do you not think Corlys Velaryon would want Joffrey dead to stop his son pursuing that, so it wouldn't punish Kristen? I mean, yeah, I would think that Corlys would want that taken care of, but I feel like he also wants his son to be happy. But, like, Corlys and Rhaenys, they were having the conversation in their own little, like, Great Hall area. That's a good question.
I think Joffrey's play was super dangerous.
That was so, like, you don't know who you're fucking with.
Like, the fact that he just walked up to... he walked up to the King's Guard and was like, oh, hey, by the way, I see the way you're looking at her. Like,
I
know your secret. Like,
I know things.
I think that's a little risky.
Like, you don't do that.
You might have a little too much confidence.
You have no idea how volatile that person is. They could just fly off the hammer or the sword at any moment. Like,
yeah.
Joffrey did a boo-boo on that one.
Like, he almost had too much confidence.
He did. The idea that, like... The arrogance.
Like, oh, you have a secret, I have a secret.
We can just share secrets.
And we can protect them.
Bitch.
It's like, ooh.
Unless he was just trying to cover his own ass. No pun intended. Like, maybe Kristen Cole knows about, like, me and, Lenore. Like, maybe I should just tell him I know your secret, so then you can't tell my secret, so we're good.
I also wonder how much that even bothered Cole. Because again, the more I think about that situation and him attacking him and bashing his face in and killing him, there has to be something else that sparked him to have to go attack him like that. It couldn't have just been this idea that I know yours. Because Joffrey had a lot to lose as well, obviously. He's dead now. So...
his life.
I don't know. I feel like that's one of those things that I want more clarity on. I want to know exactly what happened with the fight, why he felt the need to attack him. Did someone else say something? Did he assume that he was spreading stuff?
Yes, I would assume.
I think that's a dangerous assumption because again, like in that time, that type of relationship isn't okay. It is, but it isn't. Even in the time of Game of Thrones, we saw people being persecuted for that. So but this is like 200 years before that.
As long as it was kept in secret.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like, his secret is just as valuable. So, I don't know. It's one of those tough things where I feel like there needs to be more revealed about it.
Yeah. And
because I find it hard to believe that he would just, after that, think, like... They both had really important secrets.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't know. So.
Do you think they'll show what kicked it off?
I hope so. But again, I don't this show's been doing a lot of time jumps. I don't know if they're going to focus on that or not, or if we just jumped straight into the wedding. So that kind of became the story. So I don't know what the plan's going to be. I don't know if they tell us it's important. If they don't tell us, I guess it's not that important. I guess we're just supposed to assume what we see and how it played out is what it is. I don't know.
Oh, do you want to talk about time jumps?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't think that time jumps... I've kind of... after that... What was it? Episode 3? After episode 3, it's kind of been put out of my head.
It either happens or it doesn't. I guess. So...
I don't feel like we're missing out on anything too important. So.
I'm going to talk about Alicent a little bit.
You want to talk about her more?
Well, yeah, I want to talk about her being jealous of Daemon. Do you think that she was jealous because Daemon is so interesting and maybe Alicent did want to just be with her? Wait. Did you think that Alicent would want to be with Daemon and then go back to the previous episode talking about tapestries and she wanted to show off some things? Did she want some alone time with Daemon? Does she really like him and that's why...
I think...
There's this whole thing about her being just pissed off.
I don't know if it's so much a Daemon thing as a Rhaenyra freedom thing.
Oh, that's true.
I'm sure there's a little something about Daemon because we even saw one of the Corlys's, I think it was his daughter, who was dancing with Daemon. Yeah. She was like, ooh, dragon rider.
Giving him the eyes.
She was into it just because of who he was. So there's clearly a mystique to him that people want. Again, I think it's just a level of... I think it's a combination of multiple things that would make Alicent jealous of Rhaenyra. And I think a lot of it goes to the freedom. That Rhaenyra has been able to do whatever the fuck she wants, no consequence, no issues, and, Alicent's kind of stuck living this life with the babies and her king and no freedom to do what she wants. I think it's a combination of a bunch of things.
Do you think Alicent likes Kristen Cole, especially now she knows that Kristen Cole is into that type of extracurricular activity with royalty?
I think that's a really good question because the way that episode ended and she basically saved his life at the end.
Prevented him from killing himself.
I'm wondering if it's not even a desire to want him, but to get back at Rhaenyra. I wonder if there's a revenge thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of where my immediate thought was Alicent might be attracted to Kristen Cole, but I think she's would be more attracted to the idea of taking advantage of the situation.
Yes. I feel like that's why she, I don't know, she changed by the end of that episode. She went from, I guess it just she looked kind of like she was a little weak, especially like with like talking to her father and like basically like crying about it and then learning information, and now she has power.
Right.
And now, I mean, as much as I don't like certain people's actions, I'm never going to say I hate her. I don't hate her. Like, she's going through some things. I don't hate Rhaenyra. I don't hate any of the characters. Although, I hate Larys Strong.
Already?
Fuck that guy, dude.
Already?
Fuck that guy. He sucks.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
you don't need to stir the pot, bro. We're good. We got enough shit going on, sir. Thank you so much. Take your tea, go spill it somewhere else, my friend.
I feel like that pot, which is Alicent's mind, there's a lot of shit in there getting stirred up between her dad, her own personal feelings, because again, she's still young, she's still growing, she's still learning, she's still developing her feelings and her emotions. And then like the stuff that this dude just dropped on her, like it's just, there's so much stuff in her mind that's just getting twirled around. That's why I continue to say I feel like has the potential to turn into a Cersei type of character. Yeah. The corruption, all the stuff that's playing out.
Just being fed up, just being pissed off about the way or the life that you were forced into, I guess. Like, ew, am I like seeing empathy or sympathy or whatever you want to call it for Cersei?
I mean...
Ew! Fuck that bitch, dude. Fuck that Cersei. Cersei sucks. But like also like just being completely fed up with the way people fucking treat you and stuff, and you're just like, I've had it, so I'm just gonna take matters into my own hands. Fuck this shit.
I don't think Alicent's true nature is bad. I don't think her intentions are negative. I don't think she has any actual ill will towards anything specific.
I think
but
that's
again,
a little bit of
after
what her dad said?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not anything that's her choice.
No,
she's being fed information.
People.
She's being told things, and then her best friend is lying, not being fully honest, not revealing the complete truth about situation. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. Her lack of ability to have freedom, seeing her best friend have freedom. Like, there's so much going on in this young girl's mind, and the fact that she has... her son's name is Aegon Targaryen. So, like, that added pressure and drama. There's so much going on in her life that it makes sense for her to be shifting her personality. And, like, shit, we were asked earlier, Alicent's probably the main character of this show because of how much influence she potentially could have. Oh. The moment King Viserys dies, it's like the ball's in her court, essentially.
But it is, but it isn't. She might take that ball. She's going to take the ball, and she said, I've had enough. I'm going home.
Because she could easily just stand up there and be like, my husband, the king, said that she's going to be the next ruler on the Iron Throne. Or she could go up there and be like, my son, Aegon Targaryen, is the rightful heir. She's got a lot of power. And I think she's starting to feel that. So, I don't know. I feel like we talk the most about Alicent and her future and her impact every week. She feels like the biggest talking point because, I don't know, she's just in a really strong position.
Okay, if Alicent is Team Green, what is Rhaenyra? Team Black?
Red.
I would think black, because they all wear is black. They don't wear red.
I mean, their logo is black and red. But yeah, they wear a lot of black. I don't know.
Good stuff, you guys.
I mean, I think Daemon and Alicent are easily the two most interesting characters in terms of what their future looks like.
Right.
What is Alicent gonna do when she continues to get backed into this corner? Is she gonna fight out of it? Is she going to cooperate? Is she gonna play the game? Or is she just going to come out and be like, my son is the one?
See, Team Black. Everybody says Team Black.
And then...
Told you!
And then the whole thing with Daemon and his goals and his plans and what his objectives are and the way he navigates that with his love for his family. And again, I feel like there's still so much mystery there to where he knows a lot and I don't feel like he's completely revealing all of his cards. So... Again, this show continues to provide a lot of great discussion points, And I feel like this was a really good week.
We're good, yeah. I filled up my book.
All right, that's the end of the podcast, y'all.
Thanks for joining us. We didn't get too much bad stuff in the comment section or the chat while we were talking.
I think I saw a few people hidden. I don't know for what. But
I apologize if your comment got deleted, but if the moderator felt that it was even in the slightest bit spoilery, they deleted it, and that's what we tell our moderators to do. So thank you to our amazing moderators for deleting any spoilery stuff. Protects us, protects the folks that don't want to see that stuff. So I appreciate it.
But that's the interesting thing. Aegon's not the rightful heir. The king named his heir. That's the rightful heir.
She was born first. Just because he's a boy.
Why does everyone get annoyed by Alicent? Just because...
I don't know.
I think it's the way she's written. I think it's the way
because people are really excited for Rhaenyra, and I think that if anybody's against Rhaenyra, then they're probably bad, and you should probably hate them. Which, I get it. Like, cause I'm so flip-floppy on Alicent, I will admit that, because I'm human and I can change my mind. And please know that. If you say one thing and then you're like, no, I changed my mind, you have that right.
Of course
I have the right to change my mind. But, like... Oh, Jay King, obviously they won't have a romantic relationship, but do you think Rhaenyra and Laenor will be a strong pair going forward? I hope so.
I mean, I don't know
Rhaenyra's benefit.
What is his mindset going to be after watching Joffrey get his head bashed in like that?
I know, right? You can tell that they loved each other deeply.
I don't know. Alicent's a hypocrite. I don't know if she's a hypocrite.
I think she's going through a lot. Maybe that's causing her to look like a hypocrite, but
she's being manipulated and used, and now she's finally starting to come to the conclusions that she can actually. She's gonna start have to
play the game.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm really interested to see what Rhaenyra and Laenor's relationship's gonna look like, because again, dude just lost what feels like his love, so it's like I don't know if I'd be, and the fact that he had to get married while a dude was dead and the puddle of blood was there, like still from his death, like. I wouldn't be too excited about that. Like, what?
Who's the Ned Stark of season 1?
I don't know if we're going to have a situation
Lionel
like
Strong. He's giving good advice.
That dude's not Ned Stark.
Well, I mean, nobody can be Ned. But, like, he's being, like, good about it, seems. But his son is being an absolute shit.
If we're going to compare people like that, I think Viserys is the closest thing to Ned. Because...
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
What?
I can see that. Viserys.
Just the way his decision making.
Nedish.
Yeah. Just he tries to do the right thing with his decision making, whether it's strong or not.
I can see that. Yeah.
But I'm kind of over the comparing thing, because it just feels like it's setting like expectations.
Did you know you're still recording?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Just in case there's a comment that we could use later. Actually, I'll stop it now. We're done.
I agree. Honor gets you nowhere. It really does.
I mean, he's been on the Iron Throne for a long time, so he's doing something right. Like, I think
Ned was 100% stronger than Viserys. Absolutely. Oh my god.
But just the idea of
the strength is
right
not
decision.
The comparison. Yeah, it's the, I guess
the noble, the
honorability, the nobility, the.
I think some of the fans of the show are giving some characters a little too much expectations. Like saying like Rhaenyra is confident and strong, but not very smart on her decisions.
I don't know about the confidence.
She's
maybe an ignorant confidence.
But like she's young. She's super young in a world that is so cutthroat. I don't know if like calling her not smart is fair.
Right. Well, she.
What has she done that's not smart?
She doesn't know anything.
Right.
So you can't call somebody dumb or smart based on their knowledge. If they don't know any better, they can't do better until they know better.
She's trusting sources that...
There you go, naive. She's naive.
She's trusting sources that she should be able to trust. Her dad told her something.
Right.
So she took it to Rhaenyra. Then Rhaenyra told her something.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Rhaenyra.
No, we're talking about...
I thought we were talking about Rhaenyra.
Oh, we are talking about Rhaenyra. Sorry, I'm getting my characters mixed up.
My God.
I don't, like, again, I don't know if her decisions are dumb.
Yeah, no.
But Allison, like, I put them kind of both in the same boat. They're both young.
How many episodes is this season?
She's
10?
old enough to know differently. I don't know about that.
I don't know if she's old enough to know differently. I mean, again, yes, younger folks are treated more like older folks because when you get to a certain age, you should just know better, but she just doesn't. There's 10 episodes. Okay. Golden UFC killer. Is Daemon and Rhaenyra going to have a romance? No, I don't think so. No. I think Daemon might try to as a play of power, but there's not like a romance, not like that.
I mean, now that his wife is dead, I could see him pushing for that marriage again.
Yeah. He did kind of, didn't he already?
Yeah.
How well developed do you feel these characters are compared to the original Game of Thrones characters?
We're getting there. It's a process for me. Episode 8. Can we get to episode 6 first?
Yeah, chill. I don't want to know what happens. Do not say anything. If you know something, keep it to yourself. If you know something about the book, keep it to yourself.
Even if you know what the preview provides.
I don't want to know what's in the preview. We don't watch what's inside this episode. We don't watch any of that stuff. We watch the episode. That's all we watch. I don't want to know about anything else. Sorry, Gary. Hi, One Luffy. It's kind of unfair to compare both shows, but it's understandable because, Game of Thrones, Hot D. Did
my headphones turn off? Yeah, my headphones turned off.
We watch it the same day it comes out. We don't watch it immediately as it comes out. What time does it come out?
So it drops at 6 p.m. our time. We usually watch it by 8:30.
9:30.
No, we've been watching 8:30. We've been getting our Sundays wrapped up pretty quickly.
This Sunday's gonna be difficult because we got softball.
Early though.
No, it's not early.
Yeah,
this
it is.
Sunday.
It's 12:02.
No, that was this past weekend.
No, I just looked it up. It's like comparing Better Call Saul to Breaking Bad. No, I disagree.
Oh shit. Okay, maybe it's the weekend after that.
Both shows, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, are both completed shows with multiple seasons, a lot of seasons, and...
No, the 16th is when it gets stupid hard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know where I got that.
I think it's very fair to compare Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. But I don't know if you could compare an 8-season epic, giant, massive show like Game of Thrones to the smaller 5 episodes so far of House of the Dragon. The scale, you could already tell, the scale of House of the Dragon is way smaller than Game of Thrones. Yeah. The amount of characters that we've met, the locations that we've been to, it's very much smaller and far more calculated. So.
Nelson, thank you. Do you think after the time skip that Rhaenyra will try to make peace with
What time
Alicent?
skip?
If there's a time jump, I don't want to know about it, guys. I don't want to know. I don't know if there's a time skip. Don't say that. I don't know. If it hasn't happened in the show yet, then it hasn't happened. If it happened in a preview, I don't know that. Don't say that. Don't tell me that. I don't want to know.
Because we didn't get that much of a time jump from 4 to 5. So.
Thanks for talking about the episode. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. Maybe the episode before she found out about pleasure and didn't want to trouble. Oh. I agree about she found out about pleasure stuff. Like, that would be an interesting thing. You're young and you find out, ooh, this is what it feels like to be interested in sexual activity. Ooh. I mean, you saw how impulsive she was after coming home from the sex house. It was like, ooh, what's all this? You just ignited a fire that I need to put out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not, like, personally attacked that Better Call Saul was snubbed at the Emmys. Like, the Emmys are stupid.
Yeah.
Like, all award shows are stupid. I don't really think they mean anything. But them getting snubbed is just... I tweeted this. I'm like, it's just a further example of how dumb award shows are. That show couldn't win one award with all those nominations. Get out of here.
Honestly. That's an agenda right there.
Get out of here. Absolutely insane.
What do you think about the Maester not wanting to try something new?
I think it shows that there's something going on.
Yeah, or fear. Maybe.
I mean, you don't know. That's all we talk about.
Yeah, that's a spoiler. Setting expectations is a spoiler. Like, oh, Nikki's gonna cry for this, or Nikki needs tissues, or
we don't watch any
next
promotional
episode
material.
is gonna be scary, or the next episode's gonna make you really mad. That's an expectation. I'm expecting then those things to happen. So that's a spoiler. Yes, telling us we're gonna have a certain feeling, that's a spoiler. I want to see... Yeah, I know, it's fine. I want to see more of the other houses in different locations than the damn cancel room. I get it. I mean, we've seen... What is it?
I don't think this show is going to go deep into other houses. I don't think that's what this story is.
Corliss's house. Damon's... We've saw... What is it? What is that house? Oh, God. What is Damon's... Where does he live? Dragonstone.
Would it be okay if members of the Discord join a voice call after the episode to discuss it?
Go ahead.
The voice channels are there for you guys to use them. I would love it if you guys used them.
Do they have a voice channel in
the
React section?
They should.
I'll make one right now. No, the reaction one.
Well, there's a member, sub, and patron chat.
Yeah, it says member and sub chat. Get in there.
I would love if you guys used the voice chats on Discord. I mean, I think we know Damon and Rhaenyra share a special connection. They're family, they're blood.
Well, I don't want people in the general chat. I don't want that because the Game of Thrones channel is for reaction members.
Yeah, if you want to talk Game of Thrones, go to the private channel. I think it's clear that those two have a bond and a relationship. And I love when they talk in their language to each other. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, there's a little music. A little bit.
Why, do you not hear it? Or do you hear it? I turned the music back on when we were done with the podcast.
Yeah. No,
It's not called Game of Thrones. It's called House of the Dragon.
It's called Hot D.
This story is very specific to the Targaryens.
Oh, no, Aaron, you're good.
I think
this is why I'm so glad I
think
take
that's
notes.
pretty clear
take
from my
notes.
perspective. What?
I'm so glad I take notes.
Any warnings before I start Andor?
No.
Be patient. That's all I'll say. I mean, that's my point of view, is that we're not going to get a massive Game of Thrones style show where we're going to go all over the world.
Right. Do you think Otto will come back? Yes. I don't think he's done.
Yeah.
Or he may not be come back and
Hey,
I'm having a stroke!
a professional broadcaster did that during a live national football game. It was hilarious.
He may not come back physically, but maybe via notes. I don't know.
The show is called House of the Dragon.
Yes, well, but it's part of Game of Thrones. It's the Game of the Thrones. It is a game to get to the throne.
It's a spin-off.
It is. Words are hard.
It's a very hyper-focused spin-off.
Yeah. But see, like, even we disagree about, like, stuff like that. Like, I think it is Game of Thrones. Game of the Throne. I get it. He is going to be all like, no, that's not it.
It's like watching Solo and expecting Darth Vader to
Oh, my God.
No. It's like watching Solo and expecting Darth Vader to show up. Like,
There
no.
we go. Fucking Star Wars.
That doesn't-
Everything. Everything is Star Wars.
Oh, sorry. It's a prequel, not a spin-off. Who fucking cares?
Stop it. Who's worse, Otto or Son of the... Ooh.
We don't know yet, I don't feel like.
That's a good question. Hang on to that one, Yana. Who's worse, Otto or Son of the New Hand of Viserys? That his name is, Larys.
So I think it is
Larys
hyper-focused.
Strong or Otto Old Town? Hightower, Old Town.
Well, that's where they're from.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I think it's very focused, very specific. Like, the original show, there were like 15 storylines within the first 5 episodes, it felt like. This show has a very clear storyline, I feel like.
Yeah, Otto and his old tower.
Old balls.
Oh my god. By the way, Osh posted that question or said something about that. Like, anytime Nikki says old balls, I think of, what was it, Big Daddy, the movie with Adam Sandler? That's exactly where it came from.
Yes.
You and your old balls.
So
That's exactly where it came from.
They introduced all these houses just to bend the knee and never show them again. There'll be players in the show, but it's not going to be, like, we're not getting a 8-season grand epic story like the original show. We're not going to go super deep in these. I don't expect to.
We're not going super deep with the hot D.
Yeah.
Do I think that Otto is Littlefinger? No, we've discussed that before.
was too deliberate.
The Littlefinger title, Otto is not. He's not worthy of that title. I think Larys shows a little bit more Littlefinger-esque.
I mean, with that first interaction,
even
for sure.
he is a little blatant with it. Because it's like, oh, really? You think she's sick? Oh, really?
But
you sent the tea?
That's a total Littlefinger thing to do.
That would be a
because it would
Littlefinger thing to do.
Because he's planting a seed that's going to lead to some form of chaos, in a sense.
Yeah.
And I feel like
I
that's
don't
what
know
he
about
does.
chaos.
We're definitely not getting 5 seasons.
You don't think so?
3 max, probably, from what I've heard.
Yeah, Varys. Yeah. What age do your balls turn old?
I don't think we know yet why...
I think 55, 60 maybe?
I don't know why dude told Allison that information.
Because he's trying to make her go crazy.
I mean, but we don't know ultimately why.
No.
Yeah, they've already announced a Jon Snow show, so...
Gotta go. Oh, I gotta take the trash cans out. Son of...
Right
oh
now?
my god. I have to change our sheets, take all the trashes out, and put the cans on the sidewalk. God.
I have 6 pieces of content to organize and softball practice today. Got a lot to do. And I need to eat lunch.
And eat lunch.
I'm gonna order lunch.
What are you ordering?
I don't know yet.
Well, if you would like to...
Probably something you don't want. I order sandwiches. No one else wants sandwiches.
I want a meatball sandwich.
I wasn't gonna order from the meatball store. I was probably gonna do Jersey Mike's.
Well, then you can just take your meatballs and shove it.
I'm not eating meatballs.
Oh my god. Thank you guys for today. Thank you for all the super chats.
I'm gonna go till 2, so.
Oh, okay. Well then, have fun. Bye.
Old meatballs. What time do I have to have old one at practice?
She needs to
4?
be there by 4:30. You gotta leave by 4:15 because it's up the street one.
Plenty of time to get
Not around
stuff
the corner.
done. Just no time for a nap, which is what I need.
Is everybody jumping into the
Subway.
Who asked about the
One of
jumping
them.
into the voice
One
channel?
of the members. I mean, I could order Firehouse if you want meatball. Just wasn't my plan. Is that what you want?
What?
Firehouse?
No, I don't have time for that.
Oh. Then why are you throwing a fit? I don't even have 20 minutes to take a nap. I got too much work to do. You'll take a pepperoni pizza? Will Nikki ever see Joffrey's face? I don't think it matters.
I don't want to. I'm good. Thank you so much. Oh, we've seen this, right? We saw this movie.
What?
Escape.
Escape room?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was already on the... It wasn't already there?
Nope.
Oh.
But we watched that offline. We didn't watch that.
I would never put pineapple on pizza. Same. Tacos for lunch. Well, since I'm not eating lunch with Nikki, I'm going to place my order.
I want tacos.
What?
I want tacos.
No, I have to get work done. Or else it won't get done.
Look at this. Gorgeous. Look at that baby. Oh my god, he's gorgeous.
Don't apologize for anything. What are you apologizing for?
Oh, who's apologizing? Don't apologize. Oh, they want you to sleep on stream. Go ahead, do it.
Sleep on stream.
Yeah, she's like, go ahead, take a nap. We'll still be here.
Oh.
I was like,
I mean, that's a thing on Twitch.
yeah.
I'm going into the office 2 to 3 days a week. Oh, you typed my name. Did you type my name? You called me Steve. That's acceptable. Apologize for the Dolphins being too good. Dude, they're gonna get fucking...
Oh my god.
They're gonna get waxed by the Bills. So, pump the brakes. They're gonna get fucking clobbered.
Clobbering time.
Clobbering time. Maybe I'll order from the other place that always makes you sick.
Oh, thanks.
You're not having any.
I know.
What does it matter?
It was a joke.
She gets offended by things that don't have any impact on her. It's funny.
I watched a TikTok, I think it was yesterday, that's like, it was like advice for people in relationships. Once you start calling somebody by their nickname, you can never go back to calling somebody by their government name because then they're going to be insulted and think that something is wrong. If you start calling somebody baby, you cannot then go back to calling them Nikki because then shit's going down. I forget who it was, but I need to find it again because that was ideal. That was hilarious. I gotta go.
Oh shit.
Bye guys, love your faces. I gotta go pick up children.
I almost ordered Nikki a sandwich.
I mean, I won't eat it, but...
That's why I said almost.
I'm gonna have some good soup.
Good soup.
That's what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna call Lua back in here.
Okay. Well, now it doesn't matter if the stream
Sir,
if
Lua,
stream crashes.
where are you, bud?
All right, lunch has been ordered.
Lua, Lua, Lua.
If the Dolphins win this weekend, I'll be completely obnoxious through the rest of the season. That's fine. I don't care. Have fun with it. Take advantage of them being good. You have every right. They haven't been good in so long. They're actually making good moves. I am doing the same sandwich as last week. The picture that I posted did not do it any justice. Love nuggets. Ugh. Ugh, good stretch. Good stretch. Whew. It was like front loaded. You didn't get to see any of the good stuff on the sandwich. I order it through... Oh, I should place my order. Order certain things through DoorDash, yeah. Or Grubhub. Depending. The Hot Ones chicken wing gauntlet. I want to buy the stuff that you could get in the store and eat those. I keep seeing videos on the one chip challenge. I'd have to set like a really big goal here for that. Like, if we hit 1,000 members, I'll do the one chip challenge. Marina, hello. Wings. I haven't had wings in a minute. It's been too long. See? Our conversations always shift to food at some point. It's the way it goes. It turns your mouth blue. Yeah, that just shows how real it is. That it's authentic. How far are you from that goal? Not even close. I'm not really keeping track right now. Buffalo wing pizza. Pass. I love buffalo wings. I love pizza. Yeah, I'm going for like another couple minutes. Let's see. How many members do we have? What about Andor? Well, we're doing okay with memberships. Do I think I can? I don't know what I can handle anymore. Being an old guy who's put my stomach through the gauntlet over all the years. I mean, Judge feels like he's going to be around 65. Which is amazing. Yesterday was amazing. 60 home runs and a walk-off grand slam. Unbelievable. Thanks for playing The Last of Us. It's not too indirect. When and how did you both make the decision to create this? Like, why we have a second channel versus doing it on the main channel? I mean, Otani is a once-in-a-lifetime generational player. If that's the question, it's diversifying your content. Because we do reaction content, a company like WBTV can just come in and shut us down if they wanted to. So it leaves us open to have this channel too if we need. If we don't lose everything. Tua is a generational. Oh man, that's the funniest thing I've heard all day. If our content on the main channel was different, I would feel more comfortable just doing everything on one. But because of the fact that we do content that could just be shut down by a piece of shit company, we got to be able to diversify. I wouldn't expect Interstellar anytime soon, to be honest. It's just too hard to schedule a 3-hour movie. It's too many moving parts. It's on the list. We want to watch it. It's just 3 hours is a long movie. And we had to and we got a taste of that by doing the Batman, because we had to drop off the kids. We had to make sure that they had a place to sleep, so that we could start earlier. No, we're definitely not going to do 2 parts. We're not going to watch a movie in 2 parts. That's pointless. We do movie nights once a week. That would be, that wouldn't work. Well, I'm sure Interstellar would be great for us. But again, I don't think a lot of people understand how insane our schedule is. It's not as easy as just oh, do 2 parts. Oh, do this. It's so worth, you don't know that it's worth it because you're not living our life. My parents are not young, and a 10 and an 8-year-old is a lot of work that I don't want to put on them. And we don't have anyone else to watch the kids, so it's not that easy. And we don't neglect our children, and we're not going to watch stuff while they're running around the house. That's not how we operate. So, saying it's worth it, yeah, from one point of view it might be, but from our point of view it's not. Not currently. I'll put the Karate Kid movie with Hilary Swank on it. Yep. On the list at some point. Yeah, so it's not easy to... The way we do things, we will not neglect our kids to watch a movie. We're not going to take advantage of them and put them on stuff. It's just not the way it goes. My parents let us run around and watch stuff like Porky's, but it only made me not do that with my kids. I mean, with content on YouTube and stuff, there's just too much stuff. There's too much information for them to just access if they're not being monitored. You just started season 1 of Cobra Kai? One of my favorite shows of all time. So good. Once my food arrives, I will say goodbye. I mean, to answer your question, sis, I always tell content creators to diversify. Don't just do YouTube. Don't just do Twitch. Don't just do TikTok. Spread your content around everywhere, because you never know what might happen. You never know what might hit. Is there anything I need to watch before starting Cobra Kai? I'd watch the original trilogy, Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3. It's like Top Gun Maverick has no right being... Yeah, I mean, Maverick was an amazing movie. I've never seen the Jaden Smith one. I've never seen the next Karate Kid. Don't put all your eggs in one. Exactly. Because you never know. Something might not work. Something might not last. Something on TikTok might explode. And you might become a TikTok creator when you were hoping to be a YouTube creator. But then you could supplement your TikTok content as shorts on YouTube. There's so many opportunities, and streaming it. You need to be streaming everywhere if you want to be a streamer. There's no reason to be a streamer starting on Twitch. And you can't just be a streamer. In this day and age, in this world, with how saturated the markets are... Miranda, goodbye. You can't just turn on your camera, stream, and stop. You need to find creative ways to create your content, post your content everywhere, go live, like build a following to go live on TikTok, build an audience to go live on Instagram. Like, you need to be live everywhere if you want to succeed in this being more than just a fun hobby. You might stop watching Rings of Power. You dislike it that much? Yikes. You guys have to, we don't have to watch anything. But if you've got suggestions, drop it into the Discord. We don't take suggestions on stream. I like Rings of Power. It's nice to look at. I need more than nice visuals. I think my expectations for Rings of Power could be dangerous. I don't know if we're going to get to it. I don't know if we're going to get to it. It's on the list. I just don't know. I watched Maverick. Nikki has not. We're going to watch it for a movie night. I watched it with... me and my dad and my brother went and watched it. I'm not going to pass hanging out with my brother and my dad to save it for a movie night. Sorry. But Nikki hasn't seen it, so we're going to do... We'll do a watch-along for it. It's like watching a screensaver for an hour. Hour 5, hour 7, hour 9, hour 11? Fuck me. Yeah, I'm gonna need to build up a lot of something to watch those shows. An hour plus of content to edit down is such a grind. The way I edit, it's such a grind. It is so hard. Couldn't sleep for another hour after watching Andor. Same. We have a reaction to... Oh, wait. Nope. No, not yet. It's on the list. We're waiting for the price to come down, just like Maverick and Black Phone. I don't know if I want to watch something that's very divisive. Because I know what people are divisive about, and it's stupid. The complaints that people have about content these days is just... It's kind of unbearable at times. I love the Lord of the Rings movies. I haven't seen the Hobbit movies. I mean, Return of the King's in my top 5 of favorite movies of all time, I think. I am divisive about multiplication. Good one, Paul. Thank you, Cliptic. Appreciate it. I know it was a math joke. I got it. Nikki's watching The Handmaid's Tale off camera. We will not give Black Mirror another chance. No. We're done with that. WB TV show. People have become entitled and demanding of creators. I mean, that's nothing new. Wait, what's happening? Who's getting political? Oh, Handmaid's Tale is political? And my food is dropped off. I will say goodbye now. Appreciate all y'all for the stream. Thank you for joining us for another live edition of the podcast and just chatting. Maybe one day we'll get into video game streams again. I don't know. Probably when God of War drops. I'm gonna take like a month off of life. And hit that like button on the way out. Appreciate y'all. Thank you again. Catch you later.